My name is Sauli Kiviranta from Delta Signi Labs, and today we are taking a look at POINTR Easy Remote Support. POINTR is a software solution for engineers, technicians, and frontline workers. POINTR is addressing the customer expectation of constant availability. And all companies, new and old, are facing the same challenge: how to become remote first. This is the expectation, and we are here to help you achieve that. POINTR allows you to become always available, establish your remote first process. How do we achieve it? We have a powerful set of features, for example, visual documentation. When the technicians are working, they can use the tool in offline, on the go, to document and create content. While they are facing issues, they may use POINTR's visual collaboration features. They can establish group call, connect to the right experts, and collaborate in solving problems. Once they have fixed an issue, they can use the visual reporting tool, just a click of a button, and they can generate a PDF report from their daily work. And this they can all reuse, save all the content in the company knowledge base so that it can be used later on training and preventing the similar kind of problems to arise in the future. And of course, all this has to be operating globally 24/7, and we have Amazon Web Services infrastructure running in Europe, Latin America, North America, and Asia Pacific, so that no matter where your technicians are working, they can utilize POINTR and its industrial features. So that's POINTR. It's a process-oriented tool beyond remote support, which is visual documentation, collaboration, reporting, and briefing features. It's a purpose-built, high reliability, and high security tool for industry. So now we understand the tool itself. Let's take a look at how the customers actually use this tool. So even when you're dealing with sales, making sure that your contracts have the right requirements, during manufacturing, when you need to involve third parties, during installation, commissioning, site acceptance test, or even factory acceptance test, during all those phases you want to use POINTR for documenting all the work that was done. Then you transition more towards the end of the life cycle to the training, maintenance, field services, and throughout the whole process, of course, quality assurance. So all these phases can benefit from the documentation, collaboration, and reporting features. Let's take a look at the concrete customer example. Here is an IBC Solar. They are a German company dealing with photovoltaic power plants. Just before COVID, they had made a contract with Vietnamese government on how to deploy a power plant to the Hanoi Water Purification Center. And of course, once COVID arises, they had severe penalties on their contracts, and they were in trouble that how to actually deploy the power plant when there are lockdowns. Luckily, just a few months before COVID happens, they had started to use POINTR. So what they did, the German experts who were stranded in Germany were remotely advising the local technicians in Vietnam on how to do the mechanical installation, how to do the electrical installation. Every morning they went through the previous day's work, documented what was going on, what was done, if some corrective actions were needed, and then guide the technician on today's work. And this way they were actually able to deliver the power plant in time, regardless of the restrictions. Then once the system is deployed, most of companies actually have substantial amount of their revenue coming from after-sales services. So let's take a closer look what field services actually includes. Here is an overview on typical field service process. We have three main types of cases in the field services. We have preventive activities, where we just on schedule go and maintain the customer's equipment to try prevent downtime. Then we may utilize IoT systems for proactive monitoring of the equipment. But regardless of all those activities, sometimes we have corrective cases that something breaks and we have to react to that. So in these new case situations, it's important when creating the work order that the correct expert is dealing with the customer issue. And that's why in the early phase, when we have a corrective case, we first of all establish a quick remote call to the customer and create the content, document what was actually happening, that we are sure that the right person is addressing the customer issue. And this is important to achieve a fast response time. Then this expert will do a remote visit. The idea is really remote fix rate, that as soon as possible we try to assist the customer on self-healing. And this is the typical case for remote support. And let's say in this scenario that we were not able to solve the problem remotely, this global expert needs to hand over the case to the local technician closer to the customer side. So in this handover, it's very important to remote pre-visit, and go through the documentation. We have to make sure that the technician has right parts and right tools to achieve the first time fix rate. Now the technician is at the physical site visit, documents, proof of work, and if they're struggling to solve the problem, we are utilizing remote collaboration, so they can connect with their colleagues or suppliers to achieve fast time to fix. Here the issue is really not the time to fix in terms of the cost of the technician. It's all about the downtime. For example, a paper mill, the downtime may cost 50 to 100,000 per hour. So this is the time that we want to optimize. Solve the problem quickly. Alright, so now we have fixed the problem. We can go to the remote post visit. We provide the feedback for the customer, review the results with our own team members, and make sure that we minimize the reoccurrence rate. So here we want to make sure that all this information and knowledge feedbacks to the preventive maintenance, that this type of corrective case should not happen again. All the content we use for reporting, we attach it to billing to increase our invoice acceptance rate, and then finally we submit everything to the company knowledge base for training, quality assurance, and why not also upsells. So that's how POINTR is used generally in field service. Let's take a look at the specific customer example. Ford is an automotive company, and they are releasing new car models quite frequently. And their problem really is that they have thousands of dealers whose technicians are actually responsible fixing the customer's car. Now with POINTR, if a technician encounters an issue that they cannot resolve, the best world-class experts can quickly assist the field technician of the dealer to resolve the problem. And this way we can achieve the KPIs we went through in the field service process. So that's POINTR. We have over 50,000 customers in 150 countries and more than 40 different corporations. And interestingly, the common theme that unifies them is the knowledge gap. The expertise, the knowledge is in a different location than where the problems arise, and they really use POINTR to bridge this knowledge gap and implement their remote first process. And some customers even take it to the level that they productize POINTR so that they can clearly communicate towards their own customer base that, hey, we have adopted POINTR, we have implemented our remote first process, and we are always available. And we have now released the white labeling that our customers can actually ship their own version of POINTR to their own customers and ecosystem, so that there is a strong brand recognition that they are remote first compatible. So that is POINTR, made for a critical mission. So right tool is very important for your business success. That it's a secure, reliable and scalable solution. From Finland, it's a European tool. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see how we can address your remote first needs to address the customer requirement. Thank you.